Hello, fourth grade math stars. Today we will be working on this lesson 3 problem set. And as you can see, we have some familiar math problems. We have tape diagrams where we know we're going to do unit fractions, but the difference today is that we are also going to write equivalent multiplication sentences. And before we begin, I just want to review something really quickly. So let's say I have the number 2, okay? And let's say I want to create an addition problem, an addition sentence. So 2 is equal to 1 plus 1, right? Yeah, totally, right? 2 is equal to 1 plus 1. But at the same time, we also know that 2 could be equal to 1 times 2, right? Yes, totally. Okay, how about 3? We know that 3, written in unit form, would be 1 plus 1 plus 1. But in multiplication form, what is it? 3 could be equal to 1 times 3, right? Yeah, so let's take this information and we're going to try to apply it with fractions today. Okay, so let us do some sample problems and then you all should be good to go. So our first set of problems asks us to decompose each fraction modeled by a tape diagram as a sum of unit fractions. Write the equivalent multiplication sentence. In this first one, they did it for you. So, same thing, we are looking at tape diagrams and each figure is going to be represented by 1 or more than 1. Okay, we know that this figure is represented by 1 because they draw this line dash thing that we're pretty familiar with now. And the first thing they did was they looked at, okay, so what's the unit fraction of this figure? And they did that by counting, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 equal blocks in this figure. So each unit fraction would be 1 over 4. 1 over 4, 1 over 4, and 1 over 4. Because the total is 4, so that would be the denominator. And each block represents one piece, so one would be the numerator. And they also knew that out of these 4 blocks, how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3. Only 3 are shaded. Okay, so 3 out of the 4 are shaded, so we'll represent that with 3/4. And our addition sentence then would be 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4. Now let's write the multiplication sentence. 3 over 4 is also equal to 3 multiplied or times 1 over 4. And it's the same situation that I showed you at the beginning of this video. If we're just looking at the top, 3 is equal to 3 times 1. Is that correct? Yep, it's super correct. So for these problems, this multiplication, because this is not a fraction, we're only going to multiply the numerator. Okay, so 3 times 1 is equal to 3. We will not be multiplying the denominator with this 3. Okay, this is not a fraction, so we're not going to multiply it by by the denominator. Okay, let's just focus on the numerator, but we still can't forget it at the end of the day because that denominator is still important. We're just not going to multiply the denominator by 3 because we're multiplying the numerator by 3. Okay, let's do another sample problem. These, I think you guys are going to do B, C, D on your own. I will walk you through E right now. So we are doing E together right now. So first things first, let's look at this problem. So let's write the unit fraction. We know that these 3 rectangles in this figure represent 1. And we know that by this line dash thing. So I'm going to go ahead and write the unit fraction. I know that the unit fractions are 1/3 or 1/3. How do I know that? Because the total is 3, 1, 2, 3. So that would be the denominator. And the numerator is 1 because each of them represent just one piece in this figure. Even though this little rectangle isn't included, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is also 1/3 because this rectangle is the same size as the other rectangles. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write my addition number sentence right now. So first things first, I have 4/3. How did I get 4/3? I'm just adding all of these boxes together because they all need to be included because they're all shaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I added the numerator, the denominator stays the same. So 4/3 is equal to 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. So that is my number sentence. Let's go ahead and also do the multiplication sentence. So we have 4/3, and that would be equal to 4 times 1/3. So we're going to multiply this 4 times the unit fraction. Because we know, math stars, that 4 times 1 is equal to 4, right? We know that 4 times 1 is equal to 4. And this then must be true. 4/3 is equal to 4 times 1/3. Okay? And it corresponds with their sample problem up here. Okay? You guys see that? Shaded. You could also just look at the shaded boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shaded boxes, and then you can multiply that by your unit fraction. Okay. So, I want you guys then to do 2A, 2B on your own, and let's just do number 3 let's just do one sample problem in number 3 together. So it's asking us to draw a tape diagram and record the given fractions decomposition into unit fractions as a multiplication sentence. Okay, seems easy enough, right? So let's go ahead, let's do D together. Okay, so I want you guys to go ahead, try A, B, C, and E on your own. Let's do D. D, we have 7/4. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my tape diagram. Wow, that's a pretty bad tape diagram. But I'm going to go ahead and draw my tape diagram. And I know that the denominator is 4. So I need to divide this tape diagram into 4 pieces. And then this is going to represent 1. So the unit fraction is 1/4 or 1/4. 1/4, 1/4, and then 1/4. But am I done, math stars? No, I'm not done because I have 7/4. I have 7/4. So how many more do I need to add? How many more boxes do I need to add? I have 4. I need 7. What's 7 minus 4? 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go ahead, write these unit fractions in. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. And and how many do I need to shade in? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to go ahead and write my multiplication sentence. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and write our number sentence first. So we have 7/4 is equal to 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1 over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 1 over 4, plus 1 over 4. So 7 over 4 is equal to 1 over 4 7 times. So I just added all of my unit fractions together. So I can rewrite this as a multiplication problem as 7 over 4 is equal to 7 times 1 over 4. I'm multiplying 7. I'm multiplying the amount that are shaded by the unit fraction, which is 1 over 4. And that is how we do it. Go ahead, try those problems on your own. This is super challenging stuff. I super get it, and it's super unfortunate that we have to learn by e-learning right now. But I'm super proud of everyone for sticking to it and trying their best. And if you still are pretty slumped, I recommend you join me or Miss Connie in office hours. Okay? Office hours are posted on the learning plan. Okay? Have a great rest of your day, Math Stars.